heaving, way I like them. I want to wake you. I want you to bloom. She pressed her wide arse into my crotch. Devilry, she muttered. Pure devilry. Oh, I had her now. The sky madness was always their last defence. Perverse. Twice perverse. Surely we can beat twice, I whispered, if we really try. She turned around. The afternoon light, peering in from the half-open coal scuttle, the only light in the cellar, caught her face like a pale mask. She was good for her years, with a plumpness to her cheeks that lent youth. Wide brown eyes. She placed her hand against my face, and I kissed her palm, made passionate eyes. She stroked the sharp of my ear, the pointed tip. Humans always do for some reason. I feigned ecstasy. One kiss, I whispered. One. I leaned in. My lips pressed to hers. So gentle. I lashed the tip of my tongue over her upper lip, then left one little secondary kiss and pulled back. How was that? I asked her. Tastes like strawberry. She touched her lips. And it tingles. I raised an eyebrow. And merely your mouth. Her face fell blank. She stared at me. All right, fair wench, she said. She sat down on the barrel and lifted her skirts. Stoop. Well, since you insist. I got down on my knees. Someone banged on the door to the cellar. Kyra! Young Ned's voice behind the thick and locked timber door. Kyra, it's on! I screwed up my eyes. Me husband's back, the innkeep's wife said. She stood up and stroked down her skirts. I got to my feet. All right, Ned, I shouted at the door. I looked at my intended. Tonight, then? I need you. No, she said. 'Tis devilry, woman. She barged past me and was already up the stairs to the inn. She opened the door and barged right past Ned, too. She all right? He asked me. What is it? I strode to the bottom of the stairs and gazed up at the young man. All lank hair and pimples, Ned. Wet puppy eyes above a donkey nose. Rossley's arrived at the timber yard, he answered. He's waiting. I shook my head and sighed. 3 nights in this bleak shithole, and this Rossley arse elects to shamble into the village just as I'm promised a helping of tongue purse. He was more than another mark now. Oh, he was my nemesis. At least for today. Ned headed back to the barroom. I stretched, shook my head, then noticed an earthenware bottle of wine sat in a nook below the stone stairs. I brightened. A drop of that would see me right. Lend me some moral fibre for the coming fiasco. Frankly, the inn had been irresponsible not to offer me a preparatory nip. The nook reeked of 100 dead candles and possessed a dusty layer of melted tallow speckled with blackened wicks. I had to prise the bottle free of the wax with a deft twist. I pulled out the cork, and a stink, half sour milk and half piss, assaulted my nostrils. I popped the cork back before I retched and spat on the floor. What a shithole village. Something else on the ledge caught my eye. A fist-sized object I could not discern in the gloom. I picked the thing up and held it up to what light there was. A human figure. Crafted from the same earthenware as the bottle. Crude in aspect. Cruder than even the majority of human art. It had 2 tiny arms that grasped at its own pot belly. 2 legs, backward-kneed and hoofed like a goat. The artist had taken great pains with the prick, which was ornate in its rigidity, a veiny spike amid a whirl of pubes. Yet it was the figure's head that drew me. Someone had bound it in coarse yarn, tight to the skull. Empty divots gouged out of the yarn were the creature's eyes and mouth. The masked face had a vile grin, as if holding back the punchline of some cruel joke. I put the bottle and the figurine back. It was a sort of rustic fuckery I'd come to expect from the more inbred enclaves of hostelry.